Hi. I'm not sure what to think right now, but here it goes. Hobbytown Oshkosh, the website, was sold off as a domain name, um, or something. It's no longer containing anything to do with anything that we found the backrooms photo on, I believe. Um, for all I know, an AI is running it. Maybe it's actually run by somebody who actually knows what they're doing. But I'm going to point out that if you go to hobbytownoshkosh.com, robots.txt, I want you to look at this and I want you to tell me what effect would this have? This doesn't seem to me to be the kind of thing that would tell archive.org to do its stupid behavior of auto deleting the past, which they reflexively keep doing. For those of you who don't know, hobbytownoshkosh.com had the original image we use as the backrooms original image, the original liminal space image that really got this all started. And if you're not aware of this, the Wayback Machine, archive.org, has a habit of following a real stupid rule where if somebody alters this text file on the root of a domain name like Hobbytown Oshkosh and puts in a certain instruction, the Wayback Machine will very dutifully destroy everything. It's a book burner's dream. All you have to do is own a website, domain name, or whatever, long enough to change robots.txt and wait for archive.org to redact, because they'll do it, because even though that's not supposed to be the interpretation for robots.txt, it does it. Okay, so we're going to look at the Wayback Machine and look for a particular image that we're obviously interested in. hobbytownoshkosh.com slash capital D SC 00161.jpg apparently is the original backrooms image. Now, there's several ways we can type this to try to get something out of it, but I want to point out that everything's been destroyed from the year 2024 backwards. It's all gone. So we'll put an S here. It keeps insisting on going to 2025 because somehow on a website called archive.org, it assumes I want the latest copy, which is dumb as dog shit. But anyway, let's put an S there. And let's move this back and see. Okay, yeah, 2004 is blanked. That's significant. Okay, now we're going to do another one. After the .com, we're going to put in, I'm going to put in :80. That should be port 80. I don't know if that's going to work, but it should give us a similar list. And nope, nothing's resurrected. Okay, so yeah, that's some significant data here. Okay, now that image that was able to be recovered only because archive.org saved it was because from 2004 forward, nobody altered the robots.txt file to tell it to erase anything. Now, it may not show it now, but apparently everything from the year 2024 backwards has been scrapped because Wayback Machine, otherwise known as archive.org, keeps following the stupid over-enthusiastic misinterpretation of what we mean when we say we'd like you to stop running your archives on our website currently. It means no, let's forever and back in time, let's not do it anymore. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab this, the whole thing here, select all. This is the port number included version, but I'll use the other one. We're going to go over here. I'm going to go to Archive Today, because Archive Today don't give a shit. Okay, it's like it really doesn't care. I'm going to get rid of the port 80 thing, so get rid of :80. And we're going to see if it can find Hobbytown version here. And oh, look, there we go. Because Archive Today is like Honey Badger. Don't give a shit about you doing your robots.txt thing to book burner the internet. Okay? And it says July 2nd, 2004 here at 8:55 a.m. And that was archived by this link here. Okay? Now, when we open that link itself, it should take us to archive.org. No, I'm not going to do that, you idiot. Okay, we have to copy and paste it because even archive today has to be ignorant. Let's go ahead and open this. And instead of doing 2004, it jumps to 2024, which obviously isn't the correct fucking link. The link obviously worked, and it worked perfectly fine, and archive today salvaged it. Let's see what if we get the image. Let's see if it does its fucking job of archiving. See, everything works. We can even hit history and we should get the same page. All right. So again, I'm going to say this with emphasis added. The only reason we could find out where this image came from was because at the time, archive.org wasn't told by a stupid text file to erase 20 years worth of data because some numbskull decided to monetize a domain name and turn it into a cash flip by altering this stupid text file to tell the Wayback Machine to turn into a World War II era Germany book burning party. Dear Internet Archive and Wayback Machine, no, I'm not okay with this, so I'm just going to say this. Everybody needs to contact the people at the Wayback Machine and the Internet Archive and ask them, were they specifically told to erase literally the only place in the internet retained whether or not this image was found here? Did they get told by the people running Hobbytown to erase this for some fucking reason? Because, again, that image was found on the Wayback Machine and had been preserved since July 2nd, 2004 at Hobbytown, Oshkosh. And that's the only reason we found it. Period, full stop. It's the only reason we found it. Okay? And now it's erased from the year 2024 midway backwards. It's gone. All that, the only reason we found it was because this website here didn't do the robots.txt hack of book burning. And I'm sure everybody's going to comment below, oh, it was already burned by the time they found it, somehow magically, right? Again, here's the image here, and the only reason we have a binary clean copy of it is because this website, Archive Today, disobeys the robots.txt thing that people use to burn the internet down. Okay? Okay. Here's Hobbytown Oshkosh current page. Obviously, this is now a placeholder page for you to buy this, or maybe somebody's going to do something with it. I really don't know or care. You know, let's just get this off the screen. So here we are with the winner of the internet, as I like to call them, a website that doesn't erase things simply because somebody changes a single line in a goddamn text file that magically erases 20 years worth of archives, which is the only reason we're able to find this fucking image. Okay. Dear Wayback Machine, Internet Archive, etc. When I've used your website repeatedly over the last couple of years, every once in a while we see something where you guys beg for donations and ask for help, because obviously this is a very expensive and very important piece of the internet. But again, for the umpteenth motherfucking time, disable the robots.txt permission to erase a website. Just, again, for the umpteenth fucking time, and then restore pages. I'm not kidding. This just burn down the Library of Alexandria and be done with it. In fact, they use an image up here that roughly references that, but that's another story, obviously. That's all just a mythology. That's like saying don't be evil because you're Google. Nobody believes that was ever a thing. Really? Was it? Well, no, because Google can tell archive.org to erase the history of that expression being used by the company, by the company if they want to hide something. Because, you know, redacting history is the best way to, best way for people to have a nice fresh start, especially if they're going to try to repeat history over and over again, because they make us all forget it because everybody burns the goddamn history books. This genuinely makes me furious. The 2004 backup copy is dead. Okay, this is not a big deal. The only reason it's not truly a big deal is a completely different page disobeys robots.txt. Archive Today is being attacked currently because they don't erase things when they're given a dumb order with, again, a stinking text file. No, I don't. I'm not even going to analyze this. I'm literally angry enough. I don't want to sit here and figure out whether or not this would actually have the effect we're looking at. But the point is, I can't help but wonder if the reason it's missing from 2004 is because archive.org obeyed a stupid command from a text file when they announced a while ago they were going to stop doing it. Well, that's best practices, blah, blah, blah. They chose that hill to die on, where they said if somebody changes this stupid stinking text file, robots.txt, they will erase things retroactively back to the beginning of time, presuming that people in the past didn't want the page archived. You know, a chunk of internet history here, and a literal mystery solved by archive.org, and now the archive is gone. And by definition, because Pixar didn't happen, there is no proof that your website actually saved the day for us. There isn't. I mean, the HTML is there. We can still see the Hobby Town sub pages. You can just go here and then just put an asterisk and after here, and it'll bring up all the pages it retained, and just pick the ones from 2004, and you'll find a whole list of them. It's great. Until somebody changes, again, a stinking text file and it gets erased. Now, obviously, I'm obviously wrong. I'm obviously misinterpreting this. That's totally what's going on. But again, the company, the entity, the being, Wayback Machine, the archive.org website that saved the day and let us find the backrooms photo, no longer has it. Of all things on your fucking website, you could have made the effort to literally make read-only, write-protected, make it to where nobody can fucking overwrite it, make it to where I wouldn't be able to make this video. Of all the fucking things on your website that you could have protected. So anyway, Archive Today, ask for it by name. Stop using archive.org, and don't donate to them until they publicly apologize for this kind of crap and start not deleting shit. If your website's named Archive Anything, stop deleting shit unless you're like threatened or something. No, I don't believe the people at Hobbytown Oshkosh that was existent until recently. I don't believe for a fucking second they told you to erase something that is the reason they recently got to be famous again from their fucking website. Next, again, fucking disable the delete function unless it's done under a court order or something. I don't know what you got to do. Anyway, hey, I'm happy you saved some bandwidth by deleting this image that some people expended a shit ton of work to find, including myself. Tracking it down between one of a couple of locations. And me finding out, oddly enough, I might have had a tiny bit to do with it, because at the time they were doing this up, we got a load of these carpets from, guess what, Wisconsin, and, at the building I worked at, because we did overflow materials, and we ended up with some of these carpets. I probably held one of these fucking pieces of carpet that might have been sent there. If they sent them, I don't know. I mean, maybe they just sent it off the garbage pile, I don't know. But I remember us getting a load of these one month. But anyway, yeah, hey, that's it for the video. I don't even know where I'm going with this. Look, but hey, there's one place left on the planet, and there's 2 stinking copies of this image. 2. There's 2 backup copies that exist now. The rest are dead. And these are off of redirects from 2004's version off of archive.org that archive.org has chosen to erase. Or they obeyed a stupid automated process they use because that way the lawyers will be happy. By the way, they went through an attack not too long ago because they preserved copies of all the stupid things certain politicians typed up and put on the internet, and those politicians wanted erased because it's evidence against them that can be used in a court case. So, of course, the knuckled under to it, right? And also, yes, again, Archive Today, aka archive.is, and hundreds of other domain names, is constantly under attack because they back up copies of things, and used to say off of Archive Today's website that they back up things that other people would rather have deleted because it proves they actually said and did things that they'd like to hide. So there we are. So anyway, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. And thank you very much for acting like you're burning down every library of every location. Archive.org. You fuck nuts. Bye.